Finally, after 2 years, the bull run will be back. In this video, we will talk about the narrative that has the potential to become the main driver in the crypto market. So, what's in store for 2024? Let's discuss in this video. My name is Seth Noah. You're watching Decentral Money. The first one is SocialFi. This sector has become very interesting after the emergence of Friend.tech. Users can buy other people's keys and access certain perks, including private chat. Friend.tech itself has generated a fee of $15 million in less than 90 days since its inception. Even CZ said in a fire chat at Token 2049 that SocialFi is very interesting.
I would love to see an on-chain social media platform.
Yes.
So because today there's really Twitter, and you're a heavy Twitter user, I'm a heavy Twitter user. So that application can be brought on-chain, and there are various different aspects of it that we can deal with, spam.
Now there are many copycats of Friend.tech launching on the base network, such as PostTech, Frenzy, StarShares, and Friend3. But none of them have been able to surpass the popularity of Friend.tech in terms of transactions, volume, and traders. SocialFi projects have actually existed for a long time, such as Steemit and Hive. Unfortunately, although Steemit pumped 76 and Hive by 46.9 in 2023, they have not been able to outperform Bitcoin. And this is a selection of SocialFi token on our watch list. The second narrative is Metaverse or GameFi. Indeed, the Metaverse and GameFi sectors are currently considered to be at an all-time low. While everyone used to talk about the Metaverse in 2021, now hardly anyone discusses it. In fact, people are no longer interested in knowing about it. However, there is a potential for the Metaverse sector to rise again. Why? First, because of Apple Vision Pro. This Apple device will be launched in early 2024. EVR devices like this are essential to support various activities in the metaverse. The launch of Apple Vision Pro signals that the VR market is large and already mature. Apple is not a pioneer company, but it releases products when the market is mature and ready. For example, the iPad. Even though Microsoft had already released tablets years before the iPad was launched. This is a signal that the metaverse market will be more mature in 2024. Second, Xbox is rumored to have plans to launch a Web3 wallet. The third reason why metaverse is a good narrative in 2024 is because SBI Holding, the largest financial firm in Japan, announced the launch of a $660 million funding for the metaverse sector, including AI. Outside of crypto, the gaming sector itself is still a giant sector and is estimated to generate a revenue of $92.6 billion in US dollar. In the metaverse sector, there are Sandbox with its token Sand, Immutablex, Illuvium, Axie Infinity, and Gala. And when it comes to GameFi, this is the fattest sector with a total market cap of more than $16.7 billion. The third narrative is CIPS. Have you ever heard about CIPS? CIPS is a cross-border interbank payment system. In the past, this sector was dominated by the banking industry. Now, with the presence of blockchain, new players emerge with new technology called DLT, or Distributed Ledger Technology. As far as we know, JP Morgan collaborates with Bahrain Bank to utilize GPM Coin. Yes, you heard it right. GPM Coin, which is JP Morgan's coin that is currently still in the trial process. GPM Coin uses JP Morgan's own chain called Onyx. In the CIPS sector, the biggest player is undoubtedly Ripple, that expanding into Africa. The case with the SEC is over already. Ripple will bring to the Supreme Court if the SEC tries to penalize Ripple again. Personally, I don't think the SEC will dare to take this case to the Supreme Court. If the SAC loses, it will be a severe blow to their reputation, and their absolute decision will make it difficult for them to hinder other crypto projects. The SEC's defeat in the Supreme Court would also destroy their credibility. But SEC has already dropped the case against Ripple directors. The fourth narrative is RWA. RWA stands for Real World Asset. If we look back at the bull run of 2021, we've already experienced the glorious era of NFTs. Now, with real-world assets, NFTs have a second chance. This is different from NFTs that depict memes or in-game items. These are NFTs that are backed by real-world assets. Examples of real-world assets include real estate, gold, collectible items like watches, bags, sneakers, trading cards, and many more. So, we can trade wine without physically touching the wine itself. We can trade sneakers without physically touching the sneakers themselves. We can trade artworks without physically touching the artworks themselves. We can trade off-chain assets like real estate, bonds, and many more. Now, where are these items stored? This is where the role of custodians comes in, as they are responsible for storing the traded items and issuing their corresponding NFTs. A few weeks ago, I heard Osaka Digital Exchange announce that it will start trading security tokens in 2024. These security tokens have been approved by the Financial Services Agency of Japan. They will begin trading real estate assets from Ichigo. In the real-world asset narrative, according to K3 Research, Chainlink is the safest bet if we want to gain exposure in RWA. As a data bridge between off-chain and on-chain, we need an oracle. Chainlink is the leading digital asset in the oracle sector. Chainlink has also partnered with ANZ and Swift for its CCIP use cases. In addition to Chainlink, there is also its competitor project called Pith, which was recently released in November 2023. Another project is TokenFi, which provides convenience for users who want to tokenize real-world assets. What's interesting about TokenFi is that it is a project from Floki Inu. Yes, shifting from meme tokens to real-world assets is a significant transition. Ripple has also joined the narrative and recently acquired Mitako, a custodian for real-world assets. There are also Nexera and Alliance Block, which provide services for businesses to tokenize their assets. For smaller market caps, there is Polytrade, which can even tokenize motor vehicle debts. We have been hearing about the Reway narrative since around July 2023, and it will reach its peak in 2024, coinciding with institutional adoption of Bitcoin. RWA are indeed intriguing, but they also have their own challenges, such as custody. And it is possible that in the future, assets may be tokenized, but they may not actually exist. Additionally, the legal system has not yet recognized tokenized assets as valid ownership of an asset or property. The next narrative is AI. AI has proven to be helpful in human life. Now, what options are there in the AI sector? First, the Graph, a protocol on the Ethereum blockchain for indexing and querying data. Indexers, curators, and delegators must stake a certain amount of GRT tokens to perform their tasks and receive GRT tokens as rewards. Second one is Render, which is a decentralized GPU computing power. Recently, it has upgraded from Ethereum to Solana. Render tokens are used for payment of rendering services via its network. The next narrative is Bitcoin Layer 2 ecosystem. Bitcoin will undergo halving in April 2024. It is estimated that the Bitcoin halving will occur on April 23, 2024. During the halving, the block reward for miners will be reduced by half, resulting in a 50% decrease in the addition of new Bitcoin supply. This is an event to control the inflation rate of Bitcoin and transition it towards deflation, and occurs every 4 years. What are the options available in the Bitcoin ecosystem? One of them is Bitcoin Cash, which also undergoes halving. It is a hard fork of the Bitcoin blockchain that came about in 2017 because of block size war. Bitcoin Cash has a block size limit of 32 megabytes, which means that each block can contain tens of thousands of transactions. This makes the Bitcoin Cash network faster and cheaper, as transactions can be processed quickly and with low fees. Apart from Bitcoin Cash, there is also Stacks, a Layer 2 Bitcoin project. Based on data from the past year, Stacks has the potential to outperform Bitcoin. Now, besides Stacks, there are BRC20 projects like Ordi that have reached a market cap of 1 billion. However, most BRC20 tokens are limited to meme tokens, and there is a fear that the hype is only related to NFTs. Another thing to remember is that not all Bitcoin communities are fond of ordinals, or BRC20, and there is even a narrative circulating to kill ordinals because it is believed to congest the Bitcoin network. The sixth narrative is privacy. As we know, countries that join FATF are recommended to implement travel rules for crypto assets. As a FATF member, some countries must comply with the regulations recommended by FATF regarding anti-money laundering, and has been known as an unfriendly institution towards crypto. With the tightening regulations for crypto assets, privacy protocols and privacy coins have their own niche market for those who want to maintain privacy, anonymity, and true untraceability. However, because of these reasons, some exchanges that comply with regulations will delist privacy coins in certain regions. For example, Binance delisted coins in the privacy sector, including Monero and Zcash. The European Union is proposing a ban on privacy coins. Meanwhile, in September 2023, Vitalik launched the privacy pool proposal. The seventh narrative is Analytics token. Arkham successfully listed on Binance. The analytics sector is also emerging, and one of the most anticipated by the community is Nansen. There is also Dotfi, which will have ATGE soon. There are many narrative options that we can leverage in 2024. During the narrative period, coins or tokens with fitting narratives will experience significant growth. But it's important to remember that in the long term, not many can outperform Bitcoin. We have learned about the metaverse narrative, AI narrative, China-driven market narrative, and various other narratives. Specifically, there is no narrative that can last forever. Let's move on to the next narrative, ZK Rollup. ZK Rollup is a Layer 2 scalability solution that enables blockchain to validate transactions faster, but with lower gas fees. This is achieved by executing transactions off-chain and publishing validity proof on Ethereum. For example, in this sector, we have Polygon, and there are upcoming projects like Linea, Scroll, and ZK Sync. These are significant projects that will be the main catalysts for alt-season opportunities in 2024. In 2023, we have not experienced alt-season yet. Let's expect at least once alt-season in 2024. The next narrative is LST and LRT. LST stands for Liquid Staking Token. Protocols like Lido allow users to stake their Ethereum and receive STF tokens, which have a 1-by-1 value with Ethereum. By holding STF or other LST tokens, users can also earn yield from the fee distribution between validators and stakers. During a bull run, transaction fees usually increase. Increased gas fees mean there is potential for greater yield, which attracts investors to stake their Ethereum in validator pool protocols like Lido, Rocket Pool, or Coinbase. Now, let's talk about LRT. It's not a public transportation token, but rather liquid restaked tokens. This means that our STETH can be restaked through a protocol. Restaking protocols allow us to restake our STETH. For example, EigenLayer, which will have its mainnet Phase 2 in 2024. Currently, one of the LRT protocols is EigenLayer, so users receive extra rewards from STETH and also from the liquid restaking protocol. It was inspired by the BRC20 token on Bitcoin, and now many chains are following suit to create inscription tokens instead of NFTs. For example, SPL20 on Solana, Transcription on the Tron network, and DRC20 on Dogecoin. What makes inscription tokens interesting is that their transfer cost is cheaper than NFTs because they are considered regular tokens. Inscription tokens also allow users to trade them just like regular tokens, as if they were fractional NFTs. Additionally, the data is directly inscribed or embedded in the token itself, instead of using IPFS like NFTs. However, inscribing the token data will make the chain congested. That's all the narrative for 2024. My name is Seth Noah. You're watching Decentral Money.